Hello everyone, Joshua Myers here, and before I get started with this review, I would like to give a shout out to channel Robbie Clark. He is the one who requested a specific review, so please go check him out. He's done, like I said in my previous reviews that he requested, he's done a lot of great Saw content. That's what he's mainly known for, at least that's what I've mainly known for him, and I actually subscribed to him before he subscribed to me, so I like to say thank you for this. But seriously, please check him out. He does a lot of good stuff. Here is so I'll put the link to his channel for you to go to subscribe to him if you're not already. And seriously, please do, because if it wasn't for him, this review would not be happening. So, again, thank you. Again, massive thanks to Robbie Clark. Hello everyone, Joshua Myers here, and today I am going to be reviewing The Amazing Spider-Man from 2012.
This is where it begins.
Amazing Spider-Man.
You know, if you're gonna steal cars, don't dress like a car thief.
Coming soon in 3D.
The Amazing Spider-Man stars Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, Sally Fields, and is directed by Mark Webb. Man, it's been a long time coming, actually. It's been a while since I've done a Spider-Man review, and the last one I did was Spider-Man 3. I think I did that about 3 weeks ago, so sorry if this took a while, but we are finally here with the reboot movies. So what's the plot of The Amazing Spider-Man? Well, basically, for one, it's a reboot. It's basically starting from scratch. So basically, you got Peter Parker, portrayed this time by Andrew Garfield, not by Tobey Maguire. And he's basically a high school student, struggling a lot. He's also having to deal with the disappearance of his parents, which that is supposedly supposed to be a key focal point in this new series. Is finding out the mystery behind the disappearance of his parents. Along the way, he ends up making both friends and enemies, and a love interest of that of Gwen Stacy, portrayed by Emma Stone. While all that's going on, he ends up being bitten by a radioactive spider and gains such amazing powers, and then dons the persona of the Amazing Spider-Man. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the plot of The Amazing Spider-Man reboot from 2012. So, what did I like about The Amazing Spider-Man? Honestly, I will say I did kind of prefer Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy as the love interest than Kirsten Dunst as Mary Jane Watson from the Sam Raimi movies. I thought this was a much more better developed love story. Their chemistry was really good, and that probably had to do with the fact that in real life they were falling in love on set, and then by the time with The Amazing Spider-Man 2, they were dating on set. So, some people would call that cheating. Honestly, I feel like for me, whatever makes it much more authentic, then by all means, do what you have to. Also, I do like a lot of the shots where he's swinging through New York and that, and it's actually, it makes, like, compared to the Raimi films, it really does make you feel like you're swinging around New York City with him, especially when it's in the first-person POV shots. So, I gotta give this movie credit on that. This web swinging in this movie is damn good. What did I not like about it? Honestly, there was a lot not to like about this movie. For one thing, it doesn't feel like a Spider-Man movie. In the trailers and everything, it was promoted as the untold story of Spider-Man. And it almost seems to completely abandon that quote-unquote untold story we were supposed to get. and it just comes across as something we've already seen before but done in lesser quality. And again, it just doesn't feel like a Spider-Man movie, and I'll get into why I think that in a little bit, but also, like, I think the music for the Sam Raimi movies was way much more memorable and exciting than the music for this film. This music is completely forgettable. Also, I think some of the casting was, and I think some of the actors were miscast, or just the characters weren't handled well. Like, honestly, for me, Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker in Spider-Man does not cut. And I've heard he's a good actor and other things. I also heard he's a big Spider-Man fan, which is sad to say, because honestly, this is not Spider-Man. This is not Peter Parker. Like, first of all, he looks too much like, I don't know, like, somebody like you would see, like on a Models Magazine Weekly. Something like that. I don't know. He definitely doesn't, doesn't scream like nerd, geek, outcast, socially awkward. And I will admit, I'm a lot of that. And even I know that is not those. That is not, he does not have any of the qualities of Peter Parker. In fact, I would say I have more qualities of Peter Parker than he does. And in fact, honestly, there's even some times where, first of all, you spend a lot of time with this version of Peter Parker, which I did not like because I didn't care about this version of Peter Parker at all. They did nothing for me to make him care about him whatsoever. I honestly found him kind of a douchebag, and in fact, throughout most of the film, Andrew Garfield, I don't know what it is, he just kind of looks stoned out of his mind throughout all of it. It's almost like he, snorted some marijuana or something like that before he got on set, and he just looked stoned out of his mind. And also, there were several points where Peter Parker has done a lot of douchey things. For example, there's this one scene where he has to go, he's trying to go to Oscorp so he could talk to Dr. Connors about his father, because his father used to work with Dr. Connors, and wants to find out more about his father for him. So, what does he end up doing? He ends up stealing somebody else's Oscorp tour badge, and you end up seeing that guy who had the right to go in because he actually had a tour badge that I bet he probably purchased himself, purchased a tour to get in there, and the guards take him, by the arms, and it's drags him out. And why that is because Peter Parker stole his Oscorp tour badge. What a fucking douche. Also, there is times they do try to get Andrew Garfield to act awkward and nervous and all that stuff, and for the most part, it doesn't work. The only times I guess it works is when he's with Emma Stone, and that's, again, probably because they were developing real feelings for each other, but I digress. Also, I will say, even though I honestly do think Dr. Connors in this movie is okay, just fine, I still feel like the potential for his character, especially since in this movie we finally get to see him transform into the Lizard. First of all, I think that's a big mistake. I feel like they should have, had him, kind of like in the Sam Raimi films, had him for, at least 2 movies, kind of helping Peter out and trying to develop that kind of bond between him and Peter. And then maybe in the 3rd Amazing Spider-Man movie, have him transform into the Lizard. That would have been much better. I also had a problem with the design of the Lizard. It's no. Seriously, even the face looks like the head of the Goombas from the live-action Super Mario Brothers movie. It's no. And I feel like they should have came up with a much better design for the Lizard in this movie. In fact, even I bet I could think of a better design than that. And there is sometimes where the movie does go back and focuses on the disappearance of Peter Parker's parents. Try saying that 3 times fast. And it just seems like the movie is much more focused on that than telling an actual good Spider-Man story. And I don't know, like, and knowing that even the action scenes are actually pretty dull and forgettable. Like, who's ever going to really remember any of the action scenes in this movie compared to the stuff in the first 3 Sam Raimi movies? I mean, I'm going to remember the fight sequences and that in the Sam Raimi movies much more than in the first Amazing Spider-Man movie. And also, remember how I said just a while ago that I do not think Andrew Garfield was the right choice for Spider-Man, or I think it was just either poor directing, poor writing, or just maybe all of the above. Well, there's only one scene in the movie where I feel like, okay, maybe I could see potential in this guy being Spider-Man. And there's this, honestly, like, wonderfully nice scene in which he's, like, cars are being flung out off a bridge by the Lizard, and he ends up going in there, save a kid from a car, like, get a kid out of the car, one of the cars that's falling off the bridge, and basically, like, the kid's scared, and he's like, no, wait, I'm just a normal guy, and he takes off the mask, and it's like, here, put on the mask, it'll make you stronger. Like, that scene is, like, so good. It's, like, so definitely captures what the character of Spider-Man should have been throughout this movie. But instead, there's a lot of times, because, first of all, we do get a repeat of Uncle Ben's death. And afterwards, Spider-Man basically is out for revenge. Basically, he's wanting to kill the person who killed Uncle Ben. And he's taking down a lot of muggers and stuff like that to try to see if they are actually the one that killed Uncle Ben. And, like, what does he do? First of all, he just beats them up. He doesn't, like, throw them away in jail, nothing like that. He just lets them go after beating them up. And so basically it's like, if you're not the Uncle Ben's killer, it's like, it's fine, go. In fact, there was this one scene where he was trying to get a lot of quips and that, and it's like, first of all, it became a point where he became a douche, and it's like, sure, I get he's a criminal, but do you really deserve this? Where Spider-Man was just using his webbing to, like, freaking assault the guy and everything, and it's like it was, like, the guy was trying to steal a car, but, and then there's one point where, after he saw that wasn't the guy, he's like, oh, this could have gone really bad for you real quick. No, still. Like, to me, that doesn't sound like a hero. That sounds like a fucking villain. And also, you really know this movie has a serious problem when throughout this entire movie, Peter Parker isn't getting bullied. In fact, the first person we see getting bullied by Flash Thompson isn't Peter Parker. In fact, Peter Parker's the one telling Flash Thompson to put the kid down. And he does. So yeah, that's a really bad sign. With all this said, I am going to give The Amazing Spider-Man from 2012 a 1.5 out of 5 stars. This one was really bad. In fact, I think this is even worse than Spider-Man 3. In fact, I would rather be watching that movie right now. And not only that, I'd even would rather be watching Jurassic Park 3 than this movie. Yeah, I said it. Come at me. But at the end of the day, I feel like this movie should have not happened. It had no reason to exist. And it was just pointless. And here's the thing. I do know there is an after credit scene in this movie. Me and Amanda decided to skip it because honestly, we so wanted to get out from seeing this movie so bad. because we finished watching it today. We wanted to stop watching it so bad that we just decided to skip the after credit scene and just be done with it. So, in fact, even Amanda would say she would much rather watch Spider-Man 3 or Jurassic Park 3 than this movie. So that's it for this review. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.